Hey guys, welcome back to Tarot by Cherie. How is everybody doing today? Let's get started right away on today's reading and see what, look at that, Ace of Wands. Didn't we get the Ace of Wands yesterday? First card up. All right, well, let's see what beautiful message Spirit has for us today. I'm seeing a lot of you are focusing on your growth, personal growth, your money, also family. I'm seeing a lot of focus on family, okay? Something very positive. Looks like it's coming in quick regarding your money. That alongside with this justice, again with family, guys, some happiness coming in. Something good is coming in for you and your families, it looks like. All right, so hopefully, you know what, at the end of this reading, guys, those of you who just want the reading, stick with me until the end. And you know, those of you who are vibrating super high and are interested in what I have to say at the end of this reading, stick around. All right, but I don't want any negative comments. Thank you. If you leave a negative comment, my people on this channel will eat you alive. And I thank you all for, you know, keeping the channel straight and helping me keep the negativity off the channel. All right, I'm gonna give a shout out, but a lot of your handles don't have a name. They're just kind of numbers and things like that. But big thank you for those of you who stand up for the channel. This is spiritual here. It's all positive, and we're gonna keep it that way. All right, so I'm seeing a justice here with family, something really good coming in. All right, you guys are all over the place, it seems, upset about things, wishing things would move along, would come into play. And this is, you know, partly what I have to talk to you about at the end of the reading. But I see you moving toward the things you want. You guys have your go-getter hats on. We're talking about this for the past couple weeks, that you guys are just plowing through, not taking no for an answer, and just getting all the things you want. You're manifesting ninjas. Okay, so let's continue. I'm also seeing here, all right, so somebody's feeling confused today regarding their significant. There's confusion or a mishap between the two of you. I feel like this is something, you might have had a falling out, you might have had just an argument, or, you know, butted heads or something to that effect. But I feel like this was a miscommunication, or one of you may have communicated something. The other person may have taken it the wrong way. I do see, you know, an opening here for you guys to make this right. And if you get on this right away, it won't turn into anything much larger. Also, guys, a good time to remind you, I do readings. If you're interested, you can click on the more button under the description. Click on the description and then the more button, and email me. So I'm seeing something here. Somebody's having a tower moment today, and I feel like, this is interesting. So I have like a mother-daughter here, and then I have a third feminine in the mix, and I'm seeing a tower moment. Somebody brought some drama in and, you know, started this, and I'm seeing something dramatic happening. And, you know, this mother over here is really burdened by this. So this could be a multitude of things. This has to do with family. This is some kind of falling out, some kind of tower moment, maybe between two sisters here. Not really sure. If this is you, though, and this is resonating, click on the description below the video. All right, and here we go. This is about finances, money, and security. All right, I'm seeing some of you starting over, starting anew, going back to school, getting into a new career. Your job just hasn't been doing it for you. It's very dull, it's very non-exciting, and it's, you know, getting really boring, and you don't feel that you're valued at your present job. This is not for all of you, this is for some. I do see communication that's going to come in for you, that is going to be very positive and meaningful. It might be somebody offering a position, maybe even in advance, before you even complete schooling. For some of you, you are going to be getting job offers. Okay, so, and this is going to be very exciting for you because it's unexpected. All right, so let's continue. I'm seeing All right, so some of you are down on your luck. You really might be between jobs, and there's a lot of judgment here. People are judging you because you're not working, I feel like, or maybe you're just between jobs. Maybe you're looking and they're still judging you. All right. I see something good here for you. So, put the pedal to the metal if you're not already doing it. As far as lining up interviews for yourself, I see something really positive here waiting for you. They're saying use your intuition. There's something really good on offer. Okay, so something is out there for you that is going to be very positive, and it's going to help you a lot financially. All right, it's going to pull you out of these financial doldrums you're in. It's going to help you get, get caught up, so to speak. All right, I'm seeing strength here next to this. Wow, look at this, guys. This looks like a very clear message. All right, let me pick up these cards and show you this. It's very exciting. All right, so I'm seeing they want you to be strong right now, thus the strength card. All right, because you're going to be very happy. Joyful, and your cup is going to overflow with joy. All right, because you're about to receive this great victory having to do with the Wheel of Fortune, guys. All right, and for those of you who have been, in disbelief of this, getting aggravated, losing patience, getting mad at everybody online who's talking about this, all right, there's two kinds of people. All right, there's people out there that are purposely sowing disinformation, misinformation, picking up stuff like this on people's channels and just running with it, not knowing any facts or, I am also a researcher. It's my passion. That's what I do. All right, in my free time. So, and then you have people who are in the know, who know a lot about this, that yes, it does exist, okay? And there was some news that came out yesterday that was very interesting. Get to that at the end of the reading, all right? But they want you to focus on it. They want you to have faith on this because, like I tell you guys, when you have faith, when you realize that everything you've been through your whole life, you made it, right? You got through. Even at the lowest times when you thought you weren't going to make it. There's a reason for that, okay? Spirit is always with you. You're never alone. We are one consciousness, okay? So I don't want to get too wordy with this, but just try to get in faith that Spirit always has your back. And try not to worry about things. Even when you get into a situation where you don't have enough money, your bills are coming due, just tell yourself, I know Spirit has my back. I have complete faith that Spirit will give me what I need. And what you need will always appear, I promise, okay? But anyway, getting back to this, I'm seeing this looks very positive, okay? And they want you to focus on the fact that this is coming. They want you to get excited. They want you to have faith because that is going to help manifest it in, all right? We're waiting for more people to awaken, okay? This can't happen until a certain percentage of people are awake. That's all I'm going to say. All right, here I'm seeing some... somebody's getting clarity on why this person brought in all this sadness and did something that was under the cuff, that was some backstabbing or a lying or something. Somebody wanted to get to the bottom of this and just to make a decision. So whoever I'm talking to right now, this is you weighing things out, okay? You wanted to know, did this person do this? And if they did, why did they do it? And have they been doing this all along? And will they do it in the future, right? You're weighing it out. You're getting clarity on it, all right? And the clarity is bringing you to this new opportunity with this Knight of Cups that is waiting in the wings, okay? And this is going to be a more fitting relationship for you. I see sadness between this opportunity and you're getting clarity. So you're pretty much in the stage right now where you're balancing this, trying to decide on all those questionable things so you know what you're going to do in the interim, right? But you're also feeling a whole lot of sadness about this because either way, this is going to be, bring you down. Whether if you stay after this happened, you're going to lose trust and never really be able to get it back fully. And if you go, you're going to miss this person and what you once thought you had. Now, the key word here is thought you had, okay? Because when two people put all their trust into one another and really love each other, they don't do things purposely anyway to hurt one another. All right, so you can gauge your decision on that if you like. Okay, let's continue here. All right, I'm seeing a masculine. It looks like you have a lot of confidence in yourself and you're doing very well in life. You have your manifestation skills down. You're practicing and you're seeing that you're able to bring things in. This has worked for you with some things, okay? And it has brought in a lot of balance since you've started to trust in your powers of your manifestation skills. All right, I'm seeing the Five of Pentacles over here. This is you maybe in this moment feeling left out in the cold over something that didn't come in. Just know this, guys. Yes, we're in a period of time where if you're vibrating really high, you can manifest things quickly. Hours, minutes, hours, sometimes days, depending on how big it is. And also there's another thing in the mix, though, that you cannot forget about. And that is, is this something that is in is this something you're destined for? Okay, so some things you may not be able to manifest in no matter what you do because you're not meant for it. You're not meant to have it. All right, something else that you're meant to have is going to come in instead. All right, so we just really have to start having faith in spirit and where we're going and not fight the flow. And that's what it feels like to me when I am, focused on, okay, well, this is happening. All right. Real quick, I'll just tell you a quick story. Yesterday, my heater went out. Okay. It's 20 years old. And, I started looking up what do these things cost? And, I'm having some issues right now financially. So naturally, I got a little freaked out. And when I saw the prices, I didn't allow myself to get all excited. It was $5,000, $6,000, right? But I did remember that I was on some kind of contract where I pay a little bit more in my gas bill each month. And it's, supposed to cover certain things, in my house. So I call up, person comes in, and I'm thinking, it's 20 years old. Like, how long can these things go? I'm sure I needed that. And I was just thinking, gee, I'm probably going to have to go back out and get, a job again, because I'm retired. And, all these things are going through my mind. So the guy comes upstairs and he says, you needed a new motor, and that's the end of the story. What's it going to cost? Nothing. You're covered. So I'm still elated. I still can't believe it. But, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. If you just have trust and don't let yourself get all crazy and excited every time something, looks like it's going to go wrong. And then when things go wrong, there's a lesson or a teaching in it. Find it so you get that lesson or teaching. Or, maybe something else. If you're not achieving something you want, maybe something else is meant to come in. So you have to have the faith. That's the bottom line. That's what I'm telling you. All right. I'm seeing some kind of, wow, this is interesting. So somebody's trying to get next to this person in their life, it looks like. This is romance. This is somebody that you think you might be in love with, actually. And, you're trying to find balance with this person. I don't know what that means exactly. I get the feeling that you're in the beginning stages maybe, or you're trying to just feel this person out. You're trying to start conversations, like it feels all new. And, maybe you've been doing that for a while and you're not getting back what you want from this person. So you're almost thinking maybe I should give up. Right? Well, Spirit is saying don't do that, right? With the Nine of Wands, this is telling you you are almost there. You're an inch or two away from getting this lover in your life, so don't give up, all right? And you will be celebrating. So this is going to come in for you. All right, so right about now, guys, I think I'm going to go into a conversation, a couple things I wanted to talk to you about. All right, number one is most of you probably know there's a new moon coming in tomorrow. Now, this new moon, this is Scorpio ruling in the 10th house. However, um, this also activates Aquarius's 10th house. So what I'm trying to say to you is this Scorpio forms an axis with Aquarius that's going to impact your career path, your public image, your major life statuses and shifts, ambition, long-term goals, and leadership opportunities. So all of that is coming from this new moon, guys. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Most importantly, too, I wanted to talk to you about, because those of you who are waiting for the money situation, or, you know, kind of like, is this thing really happening? And what is this that they're talking about? Okay. These monies coming in, you know, we've been bamboozled for a really long time. And there's such a thing called your birthright. What is birthright? What does that mean? Your birthright is actually something that just the mere fact that you had a birth, that you're born, by virtue of your birth, you have rights, you know, that include privileges, possessions that you're entitled to just because you were born. All right, you got that? So a long time ago, we owned the land. We didn't have to buy the land from somebody else who claimed it. You know, there was enough to go around. We just picked a piece of land and we built on it and it was ours. All right. So I'm not going to go into a whole lengthy thing, but this money we're talking about is also part of your birthright, because you were brought into this world to have these birthrights, which include prosperity and abundance. Okay, so if we didn't have all the borders and all the separation and all the bullshit that they devised to keep us divided, you know, let's say they never invented TV or cell phones, we'd just be picking a plot of land and putting a house on it, and, you know, making a garden, living off the land, and sharing, bartering, which we used to do. You know, I'll give you a dozen eggs if you give me, you know, a pound of butter. Can I get, you know, some meat, and I'll give you some chickens? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? So this is what we're going back to, guys. It sounds maybe like it's just going to be less of what we have now, but it's not. It means our freedom, and our freedom is going to give us means to rebuild the earth the way we want it. Okay. So with all of that stuff that was devised for us, that has brought in a lot of, you know, just unhappiness and, you know, never having enough, feeling like we're in lack, and, you know, creating hunger and all these things. They're an illusion that was created. We all are wealthy. We all have minerals, oil, gas, you know, whatever is in the ground where we live. And these minerals are everywhere: gold, silver, copper, everything like that is all, even in what we think are the poorest countries. Some of these third world countries are richer than ours, because they have so much gold. And so, but, you know, when I say that, I mean, they could be, you know, if they took all those minerals out of their earth, so to speak. All right. So what I'm trying to say is, these are your, this is your birthright to have these monies, okay? And we're going back to that. Miraculous things are happening behind the scenes. The things that you're watching may seem upsetting, but I have to be honest, nothing is as it seems. A lot of these things already happened. So for a lot of you, you're watching a movie, and that seems very dishonest. I get it, but it had to be this way. It had to be this way so that we could slowly wake people up who are, you know, if we laid it all on them all at once, this is like, there's so much negativity. People would take themselves out, and people would mentally lose it. They would just get depressed and fall to pieces. So you're kind of, with a lot of the stuff you're seeing, that's why I tell you, don't look at the this side of, things, all the negativity. Most of that's already taken care of. All right, start looking toward the positive. Start looking toward where we're going. And you're going to start hearing about things. Okay, yesterday something came out about, it's called the Board of Peace, which I believe to be Nasara Jasara, and other podcasters, or at least one other one agrees with me on that, feels that this is Nasara Jasara. It's just going by a different name. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Just be careful, because there's two different ones. One was going to be created by the baddies, I'll call them, and one was created by somebody good. Okay, so so it's not really the Democrats against the Republicans or anything like that. It's not really about that. It's good against evil. It's a very spiritual war we're in right now, guys. Okay, so again, it's your perceptions. I'm giving you ways to perceive things right now to help you hopefully, glide through this time frame a little bit easier. Okay, and I hope that I've done that for some of you. I hope, there's a couple of you who I've helped, overall, somehow, some way. Not just about this, but, what's happening in the world right now. There's definitely a huge illusion out there. I could tell you that. Things are not as bad as they look, okay? They're just trying to wake people up. So you're going to hear more stuff. You're going to hear about more things coming out. You're going to hear bad things that are going to, even though I already knew about these things, they hurt my heart. Things that have affected mankind that weren't really necessary, that were evil. You're going to be hearing about these things. So you got to be strong, but at the same time, you're here like I'm here, Aquarius. And again, I'm thinking at this time right now, I'm talking to the stronger ones that are vibrating higher, that are the lighthouses. Okay, they're going to need all of us. They're going to need all of us, a shoulder to cry on, somebody to tell them it's okay, somebody to steer their perceptions, make them see things in a more positive manner, and help them. They're going to need help. All right, so that's what I wanted to get across. And again, I love each and every one of you. We are all one consciousness, guys. So whatever problems you may have, it's not just you. Everybody is going through probably the same exact things, just at different times, okay? So when we're sitting there with a problem saying, me, I need this, or I need that, try to look at the bigger picture. We're all in this together. Let's create this unity, this love for one another, this magic that is coming in. Let's create it faster. Be kind to yourself. Love and nurture others. Give the people out there that are acting crazy and chaotic, give them a pass. Maybe they're third dimensionals learning lessons. You don't have to invite them into your life. You don't have to make them a part of your family, or bring them in as a friend or a significant. You can let them go with love, okay? Try not to fight with people. Just trust in what's happening. Trust in the progression of things, because spirit is in the mix, and your life will go a lot smoother, okay? So until tomorrow, guys. And one more thing. I thought about starting another channel, and then I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do that, because I don't want to hear, all the negativity. If I was going to start another channel to talk about these things, I know I would just get a lot of backlash and a lot of bots and negativity, like I see the other podcasters getting, and I'm not down for that. So I thought instead, those of you who are interested, I'll do the reading first, and those of you who are interested, I'll have a piece for you here and there at the end of the reading. I'll let you know, and you can stick around for it, okay? All right, guys, if you're still with me, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell. It helps me tremendously, and I'll see you tomorrow.